What is up, my little low gangers? Today we will be talking about the 1-star Elden Ring reviews, which is definitely not deserved. Elden Ring is a 10 out of 10 game in my opinion. I mean, I'm not some professional, you might say, but I've got like 10 games played, around 500 hours. And yeah, you could believe me, it is a 10 out of 10 game. Now, some of y'all might say otherwise, but let's see who actually says otherwise. Not including, 4-star reviews, 3-star, 2 review. It's whatever. Let's check out the people who despise this game. Guys, to start this off, they instantly say, horrible game, They hate this. They want you to know that. But if you keep on going down, they say they expect people to just master the mechanics or level up a ridiculous amount to even have fair gameplay. But you don't really have to master mechanics. Elden Ring was my first Dark Souls type game, and it is my favorite. And after I beat Elden Ring, I got all the other ones, beat them, and I would say you do have to get a little bit good. Like on Margit, it was my first ever boss fight. I struggled on that, spent around 3 hours on the first boss. But you have to level up a ridiculous amount. You do not. You have to be better to do it, but you can beat the game at level 1. So, that's not an excuse. And then no real direction, that is debatable. You start out at a church and they just expect you to find your way. The game doesn't tell you. You gotta explore. It's open world. Storyline is bad. That is also, I would say that is true. You don't really understand what's happening. Like the first time I was just playing, I didn't understand. Constantly looking for answers on the internet. Now, if I showed y'all my YouTube watch history right when Elden Ring came out, that thing is full of tutorials. Dude, I did not know what to do. Stuck in ridiculous locations fighting extremely unfair enemies. That is just not true. No enemy apart from bosses is unfair. And even bosses aren't unfair. Everything is balanced. Everything is, towards the end of the game, stuff starts getting harder. At the beginning, it's easier. It makes sense. It is not made like that. If your character dies, you lose all progress you made towards the next level. That's why there are graces scattered around the map, so that you can get them and teleport back or just respawn back. There is no reason that you should have to restart, through Limgrave or whatever. Fatso are unbeatable for me. They are talking about the Godskin duo fight. I had to kill them 6 times with me and Mimic Tier. Now, since it's your first playthrough, Mimic Tier is, usable. But if you were to do a quick lookup or just know, you know that there is a better summon called the Black Knife Tish, and you have to do a storyline, which is not that hard. With the Radon nerf, it's a lot easier to beat Radon now, and it's just, you can do it much easier. And then 6 times. If you're killing just one of them, then yes, it's going to take a lot more because you're only killing one. Mimic can't last that long. That's why you have to upgrade it. You can upgrade it at the round table hold, and that thing at maxed is a beast. A lot of summons are a beast. I had the Mimic Tier at level 10, and I was at level 179. Let me just say, that is a skill issue. That is a skill issue. You are over-leveled, way over-leveled. I beat that boss at level, 80-something. You are at level 179. You should be at, that level by the end of the game. I have no idea how that is literally just a skill issue, or just keep on trying at the boss. It's a Souls game. You're gonna die to a boss, They're made to be hard, so you have to keep on trying. Good armor and weapons from what I can get. By the time that you're at Godskin Duo, you can have the most broken build in the game. You can have absolutely everything for a double seppuku uchigatana blood bleed build. And that thing will absolutely deplete their health bar like you blink and one is already dead. You can get really good builds by the time that you're in Crumbling Farm Missoula if you don't already have your final build. You're in the end game. You should have a lot of your build already done. Now, this guy talks about glitches galore. There's a few glitches, like skips, like the consecrated snowfield skip. I do that sometimes because I want to fight Melania, But other than that, there's barely any bugs, unless if you're looking up glitches in Elden Ring, you're not just gonna come across them, In the beginning of the game, yeah, there were bugs, but other than that, it's fine. A power surge happened and I got reset back. That is not the game's fault, not your fault. That is nature's fault. You had a power surge. Or, depending if it was on, lightning. But, whatever that power surge was from is not the game's fault or your fault. It's literally just happened. How are you going to blame that on Elden Ring for a power surge and resetting you back? The game says, if that happens one time, it says, make sure to quit out of the game. So what did you expect? Not all games save every 5 nanoseconds. I don't even think that I've heard a game do that. Whenever I close my app out of Elden Ring, it just saves, which I'm thankful for. I don't have to close out and then close my game. But, that's not the game's fault or anything. They talk about, there's so many flaws. Like what? There is no flaws in Elden Ring that I've come across. There is no bugs that have killed me. I have never died to a bug. Some people at the beginning of the game died to that torrent bug where you jump off and stay into the sky until you died. Unless if you're in Fire Giant, that does not matter. Or unless if you're doing like a no grace run. It does not matter. So, that's just... I don't know what you're playing on, unless if you're playing on your grandma's laptop from 1982. It's not... That's your problem. He talks about flaws because he's not online and that he doesn't get the updates. That's completely, kind of your fault. Get online, just... If you don't have Wi-Fi, use a hotspot or something. That is not Elden Ring's fault for you not having online, that just does not make sense. And then he says that the FromSoft is greedy for making this with so many bugs. It's just to get it out for more money. That does not make sense. I don't know where you got that. Then he goes back and complains that he got set back. Back to the Flame of the Giants. Because a power surge. That is not the game's fault. Dude, you must have been enjoying the game so much that you were playing it from Flame of the Giants to Crumbling Azula all the way to Godskin Duo, because it's not the easiest thing to get to Godskin Duo. It took me an hour walking through Crumbling Farm Missoula, and it's a pretty straight shot. I'm just dumb, but that is the power surge's fault. I guess it is not Elden Ring or even your fault. It is literally just because of the power surge, and now you're not interested. Like, that is the dumbest thing I've heard in such a long time. And then he says people should not buy this because the extreme difficulty and flaws. And he says because it reset his progress over a simple shutdown. That is so stupid. Once again, he's blaming this entire hate thing over a power surge. You're dumb. You are dumb. You are so dumb. So if you play another game that is a story game that doesn't save every 5 seconds because you're lazy, then that is the game's fault and you're going to drop the game because of it. It's just so stupid. It is so stupid. You do not make sense. Alright, guys. So, I scrolled through on the reviews for a while, and I honestly could not find anything. Most of them were people were just like, I like this game, It is not a 1-star review. They actually really enjoyed the game, but they just felt like leaving a 1-star. It was kind of random, but I mean, whatever. People enjoy the game. But if you enjoyed watching, if you did watch all the way through, leave a comment, like, subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated, I barely get likes. I have a few subscribers, One extra will be greatly appreciated. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. Bye.